You know, I understand that Oasis may not be for everybody, but as an Oasis fan, I'm sick and tired of all the same old insults that people throw at the band. They're just a Beatles ripoff. They're a one-hit wonder. They're overrated. They don't get what us Oasis fans have known for a long time, that they're one of the greatest bands of all time, and it was their incredible music and the songs that they wrote that made them legendary. Songs that most people don't know beyond Wonderwall. A lot of people just don't get it, and maybe they never will, but any music fan worth their salt can't argue with the pure awesomeness of the Oasis songs that I'm about to list. And as a diehard ride or die Oasis fan, it's my job to make you understand. Here are my top 10 awesome Oasis songs for people who hate Oasis. And at number 10, we have Fucking in the Bushes. You know, if you put this song on for a random music fan, they wouldn't even think it's Oasis. And that was the brilliant thing about Standing on the Shoulder of Giants. Oasis did a lot of different things on that record, and for the most part, it worked. And not only is it a great album opener, it's also a great show opener. Nothing gets a crowd to freak the hell out like Fucking in the Bushes. From the second of that snare hit and that drum loop, you know that it's on like Donkey Kong. After that, you get that amazingly catchy guitar riff. You have a wash of awesome keyboards, and of course, the classic audio pulled from that 70s Isle of Wight documentary. Even the most hardcore rock fans cannot deny that Fucking in the Bushes is a dynamite Oasis song that doesn't even sound like Oasis. So if you hate Oasis, you should love it. And at number 9, we have Round Our Way. One of the biggest feelings that Oasis brings me when I listen to them is joy. There's no denying that they have so many songs that make us feel like $1,000,000. Round Our Way is one such song. It's all about a football match that is kicking off at the pitch around the corner, and it's one of the most exuberant songs in the Oasis catalog. And Liam and Noel may get a lot of flack for having a lot of attitude and having a lot of bravado that they've shown over the years, but at their core, they make happy music for people who love life. I just love everything about this song. I love the big horn sounds on Round Our Way. Liam's vocal is beyond compare. Really great stuff from him. And the whole thing just makes me feel great. Put this song on for your cranky friend who hates Oasis and watch them light up like it's Christmas. Only Oasis can make you feel that good. Before we continue, guys, if you like this video, if you find value in this video, please toss me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. And make sure you smash the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. Now let's get to it. Coming in at number 8 on my top 10 awesome Oasis songs for people who hate Oasis, it's My Big Mouth. This song is the closest Oasis ever got to metal. It's a melee of feedback. The guitars are turned up way beyond 11, and Liam is just spitting hot fire throughout the whole track. For anybody who says that Oasis is too soft, I dare you to play them My Big Mouth and watch their ears bleed from pure awesomeness. For all of its excess, this song and Be Here Now as an album still defy the typical stereotypes that people say about Oasis, and really this is as rock and roll and as mean as Oasis get. So if you listen to My Big Mouth and you don't understand what this song is meant to be, well, that's what you get for sleeping with the enemy. Coming in at number 7, we have Helter Skelter. You know, I don't totally disagree with the Oasis and Beatles comparisons that they've gotten over the years, but I've always found them to be just a little bit of a stretch. Are Oasis influenced by the Beatles? Absolutely. Do they have songs that sound a lot like the Beatles? Yes, but which version of the Beatles, might I ask? The Beatles are well known for exploring a multitude of styles in their career, including one of the very first hard rock songs of the 60s, Helter Skelter. And although Oasis have covered their fair share of Beatles songs in the catalog, including You Gotta Hide Your Love Away, Help, Within You Without You, this is by far their best, most unconventional Beatles cover. It's not quite as chaotic as the original Beatles version, but it shows the Oasis love for the Fab Four, and it rocks hard. I think that Noel does a great job on the lead vocals on this one, although I do admit that it might have been a little bit cooler had it had Liam Gallagher on lead vocals. And yes, it's Oasis covering the Beatles. That might be a stereotypical thing for Oasis to do, but it's the heavy Beatles that we're talking about here. None of the more traditional Lennon-esque sounds that the band was influenced on songs like Don't Look Back in Anger and Let There Be Love. This one rocks a lot harder. Coming in at number 6, we have Talk Tonight. You know, Oasis are most well known for the song Wonderwall, but for my money, Talk Tonight is the superior Oasis ballad. And don't get me wrong, Wonderwall is a bona fide classic. Liam Gallagher's vocal on that song is beyond compare. It's a classic. You can't touch it. But Talk Tonight is such an aching breathtakingly beautiful song. Noel's vocal on it is absolutely superb, and it might be perfect for music fans who don't really like Liam's voice. I know so far I've listed a lot of big rock songs on this list as a way to show non-Oasis fans how awesome Oasis truly is. But their ballads are of equal awesomeness in the Oasis catalog, similar to the Master Plan, which I'll mention again later on in this list. You just can't deny the pure beauty of Talk Tonight. And if you don't love it, well, then you may have no soul. Coming in at number 5 on my top 10 awesome Oasis songs for people who hate Oasis, we have Columbia. Oasis doesn't get enough credit for having some truly groovy, dancey songs as well in their catalog, and Columbia is a perfect example of that. Owing its feel to the heady electronic days of the Manchester era, Columbia is one of the few Oasis songs that will get you going on the dance floor. And it also has one of the catchiest choruses in all of the Oasis catalog. It's a style that Oasis never really returned to, which is kind of a shame because even the Gallagher solo stuff has some dancey numbers. A lot of great Noel Gallagher solo songs kind of reflect the dancey feel of Columbia. You can hate Oasis all you want, but Columbia is an objectively awesome rock and roll song. Coming in at number 4, we have Head Shrinker. In the world of music, there are no more fickle or judgmental music fans than punk and metal fans. You know, they're a lovely bunch, but man, are they hard to please. So we need an awesome Oasis song to appeal to their lofty, often unreasonable expectations. Head Shrinker, the some might say B-side from 1995. It's Oasis at their punky best. Liam, again, spitting hot fire on this track. The band is playing at 11, and it's the type of kick-ass Oasis song that will convince even the most cynical punk and metal fan that Oasis can rock. It sucks that we need a song like this to convince them that Oasis is one of the best bands of all time, but you know what? It's often lonely being right. And if they don't even like this song, then we have to seriously question their musical taste. Coming in at number 3, we have Gas Panic. I also don't think that Oasis get the credit they deserve for not just being a great rock and roll band, but being a great psychedelic rock and roll band. They do straight ahead rock very well, but they're also known for tripping balls occasionally too, at least musically. Gas Panic is Noel Gallagher's psychedelic anthem about quitting drugs, and it sounds like the mad come down from hell. It starts out with an awesome subtle acoustic guitar and drum loop before Liam's voice comes in talking about a ghost of sin and sailing on a sea of sweat on a stormy night. Then it breaks into a cacophony of whirring organs, chunky guitars, and Noel's out-of-sight guitar solo. So I recommend playing this song for your most Oasis-hating friends. Roll a joint, sit on the couch, and let the music take over. By the end of the song, they'll most likely be baked out of their minds, but also they'll become Oasis fans for life. Coming in at number 2, we have The Master Plan. I will forever shout to the high heavens that The Master Plan is simply one of the best songs ever written. And not only is it one of the best songs ever written, it is just simply a breathtakingly beautiful piece of music that shows the depth of Noel Gallagher's songwriting. And sure, it's a very well-known Oasis B-side and has an entire B-side album named after it, but it's not really as revered by non-Oasis fans as other Oasis songs like, say, Wonderwall. Say what you want about the attitude of the Gallagher brothers and their public reputation over the years, this song proves that Oasis is simply one of the best bands of all time. And if you can't acknowledge these basic facts about the Master Plan, well, I question your musical taste in general. I would play this song for your most Oasis-hating friends, and if they still don't get it, well, then it's time to sever all ties. And if you listen to a song like the Master Plan and you don't have your breath taken away by its absolute majesty and you're almost reduced to tears by the end of the track, well, then you are dead inside. And there's nothing that can be done to save you. And coming in at number 1 on my top 10 awesome Oasis songs for people who hate Oasis, we have the Swamp Song. I think the general sentiment of this video is that Oasis don't get enough credit in the wider music world for being an awesome rock and roll band. Yes, definitely maybe is wall-to-wall rock and roll, but the band's most successful album, their best-selling album and the one that the general public knows the best, is What's the Story, Morning Glory. And that album has some great rockers on it. Hello, Roll With It, some might say, and Morning Glory. But the biggest songs on that album that are best known by casual music fans are the big singles like Wonderwall, Don't Look Back in Anger, and Champagne Supernova, which are some of my favorite Oasis songs. And the Swamp Song is on the Morning Glory album in the form of a couple of different snippets, but the full song is on the Wonderwall B-side. And if you want to show someone who hates Oasis just how wrong they are about the Beatles comparisons and saying that they're too soft, then this is the song to play for them. The blistering guitar, the absolutely mental harmonica, the feedback, there's a reason reason why Oasis opened up a lot of their shows in the mid-90s with this song. And if you really want to convince someone how awesome Oasis is, put the footage on of this song, of the band opening up with it at Main Road with Liam walking on stage to thunderous applause. It's going to send chills up the spine. Oasis were and are an awesome rock and roll band, and it's time that the people who knocked them frickin' knew it. And that is it, guys. That is my my list of the top 10 awesome Oasis songs to play for people who hate Oasis. Let me know in the comments below which songs you would play to convince someone that Oasis is awesome. If they hate Oasis, if they already love them, then, well, they're on our side. Make sure to comment below. Make sure to like this video. Toss me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. If you like this channel, make sure to smash the subscribe button so you don't miss out on future videos. And make sure to follow me on social media across platforms at Nick Chino Music. But I'll see you guys again for another video here on the channel. Until then, rock on, everybody.